is kind of basic mathematics. The more we know who we are and how we got here, the more we mobilize.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment Day.
Yes, and if this is your first time watching, now Brother Empowerment is designed to uplift our brothers. We're helping our brothers to break through without breaking. So this is not one of those bashing shows telling them what they should do and what they shouldn't do. But this is an opportunity to have a healthy conversation, to look at things and to talk about things from a different way. So our ultimate hope is... our ultimate goal is to hope that our brothers walk away with at least some level of enlightenment. Before we get into our special guest, bro, how was your weekend?
This week has been hella hectic and just a lot going on. That's really all I can say. The bright side of this week, or two of the biggest things, was one, my sister from another mother, Lance, and her family are out here now on a long-term / permanent basis. She recently moved out here from all the way in San Diego, or Dago, as some of the residents call it. And her birthday was yesterday, so we celebrated a little bit. So happy birthday again to her. Well, it's belated now, but so yeah, so that was pretty good this week. But extended. Yeah, extended. So there's been a lot going on this week, man. It's been really hectic. So when the weekend gets here, I'm hoping that it's winding down. But I always have fun and let loose on here. So I can say we're the brother of the week, or the brother of the week, the word of the week, brother. The word of the week.
I'm the brother of the week.
The word of the week, brother, is hectic, man. Oh my goodness, it's been hectic. So what about you, bro? How's your week been?
My week actually has been pretty good because I'm excited that Lance is here as well.
Yes.
And yes, we had an opportunity to celebrate her birthday yesterday.
Yep.
But then I'm a little bummed because today is my sister-in-law's birthday, Tiffany, and I couldn't celebrate with them, man. And they went to Carmen's.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. But people don't know, like, that's the first restaurant that this guy suggested when we first had our first business meeting over there, and the family fell in love with it, and they're going without me. I think that that's a little selfish, but I'm not going to pick at anyone about that. So happy birthday, Tiffany, though.
Yes, happy birthday, Tiffany, for sure.
Today's her birthday. Also, today's my niece's birthday. My niece, Siobhan. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that as well. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to speak at my alma mater, Benedictus Collegium. Some people just call it Benedict College. In the heart of Columbia, South Carolina, where our motto is Veritas et Veritu. So I'm very excited to speak and to give back. That's like my third time actually speaking, or maybe third or fourth time, I can't remember, of speaking there, but it's always an opportunity to give back. And I'm not going to say too much about it, but guys, we got a lot of good things coming up.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, you need to register for the Career-Readiness Workshop that we're giving away for free. We're going to have a guest speaker on there, Lenora Porras, who's a certified resume writer. So she's going to give you some wins. So you definitely want to get those jewel tips on how to kill your resume, how to shine, how to stand above everybody else, but learn. I mean, I've been through 3 layoffs and I learned how to win and maneuver through that. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And we definitely would like to see you. Hey, everybody in the Instagram world.
What's up, IG world?
Oh, my goodness. And then we got our people on Facebook and YouTube. So
what's up, everybody?
Before we go to our guests, you want to go ahead and highlight who we got?
Let's see. We got some people on. See, we got Ricky is on. What's up, Ricky?
What's going on, Ricky?
Beard gang. So we got Adrian.
The Beard.
Yeah, the Beard. What's up, Adrian? Got Adrian on. So we got Rashia is on. Hey,
Rashia.
So we got Travis Clemens Jr. What's on, Travis?
What's called Junior?
We got Michael Smith is on. What's up, Mike, man?
What's going on?
And we got Deshaun is on. What's up, Deshaun, bro?
What's going on, brother?
We got more people on than that, but that's the people that's commented so far. I can't see people I can't say.
Yeah, if you on, people, let us know. Let us know that you're on. And who do we got in the Instagram world? We got Ashley, the designer, millionaire on. We got Kim, the praying CEO is on. I'm actually excited about this. Okay, because I'm too excited because I tell you all these reasons. So if I get emotional tonight, I got a reason to. And don't y'all judge me. Look, I'm pointing to everybody. Don't judge me. Okay?
Tara's on. What's up, sis?
Our big sisters, Tara is on. Tashia is on. What's going on? Okay. All right, bro. It's on you. Tell the people who you be.
Yo, what up? It's the kid Tim Bowers. Top student motivational speaker, award-winning author, and entrepreneur. I've been speaking for 7 years now, mainly working with schools, colleges, and universities, teaching how students can move from average to awesome. You guys say it with me, average to awesome, average to awesome. To purchase this award-winning book here, Average to Awesome, Transitioning from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be, or hire me as a guest speaker, go to timbowerspeaks.com. That's timbowerspeaks.com. Stay connected with me, guys, on IG and Twitter. That's at Tim Bowers Speaks. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get all the latest student motivation or just motivation for yourself. Tim Bowers Speaks. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Timothy Bowers, or Facebook, Tim Bowers Motivates. All right, let's get this show started. Let's go, man.
Oh,
He said, let's go.
he ready now.
Let's go, man.
But guys, I got to give you a backstory. You know, it's always a backstory. This young man I met several moons ago when he started. It had to be 2005, 2006. Yeah. Your freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yeah, and my alma mater, I graduated from Benedict College in 2003, but I stayed up until I got my master's. But one of the things that I did when I was at the campus, I actually started an organization. Yeah. It's kind of big, look.
Start an organization is your thing.
You know what? And that's what hit me last night.
Yeah.
And the name of the organization is Brothers in Unity.
Oh.
It all coincide. It all coincide.
I actually started the organization with my then mentor, Terrence Gambrell. And then from there, we were killing it for the 4 years. It stayed up until I got my master's, where we kind of became like advisors and things like that. And Tim was actually the first president after the original members' reign was over. So I saw him when he came in, and he morphed, man. And it's like, I'm so proud of him because not only did he graduate, not only is he doing successful things, man. I heard him the other night on Tuesday night, and I was like, the baby got a grown man voice. I'm like, where did the grown man voice come from?
I told him not to say that on the
I'm
show
sorry,
tonight.
I'm old. I get to say whatever I want to say now.
Oh, he got that age now.
I can't wait. I've been looking forward to it, but I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of the things that you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Guys, if you don't know about Tim Bowers, you will know about him, because I told him, I set him aside and I told him that he will not only be coming to the RDU, but he will start being attached to Love is a Parable. So you will see that name.
Right. You
will get to know that name, and you know that I like anything that is above average. Look, regular handsome don't work in this category.
Regular,
yeah. Everything that we do is extraordinary.
High level.
We add that extra to that ordinary. So everything that we do is extraordinary. So when you see people that not only followed similar footsteps, but went to the similar foundation and they're excelling, it is my responsibility and my duty to help serve and elevate this brother. So you guys need to follow Tim Bowers. He told you everything, timbowerspeaks.com, and just look at the bottom of the screen and you can follow him on all social media platforms. So we got some people talking junk already.
What is saying?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Tara, motivation out the gate, great energy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, and you just got that from Big Sister Tara. Tim came ready, love it.
Let's go.
Ready
go tonight.
Hey, Hey, Shell.
Oh, I love the squad. I love the squad.
Hello, medium
Wow.
medium beauty. How does that feel? Cheeto.
No.
She can't do nothing now. Oh, bro, you gotta these beads.
Okay.
They came from Adorned by look, I about to say Adorned by Petty. Adorned by Bella.
Adorned by Bella. Okay.
Yeah, you want to definitely follow her and
Yeah.
get you some beads made. She can make them
Alright.
any way that you like them, because I'm about to get some blue stones and some tiger eyes made, and so I can't wait to rock that joint.
Yeah. I'm not
Adorned by Betty. Okay, cool. I just wrote that down. So let's get that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You connect with her. I don't rock jewelry, but these beads are. This is my speed right here.
That's
What's
your
going
speed.
on?
Okay.
We got my frat brother Ahmed.
What's going on, bro?
That's coming on
Now, which fraternity now? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Which fraternity in here?
I don't know what we're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? We just not subscribing to what you got going on. Let the people know what a real fraternity is.
Let me mute your mic. I'm about to mute him, y'all.
For the people to know, the one and only, the first black collegiate fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity
That was
Incorporated.
incorporated.
Oh, see, Alpha, man. Yo, my Uncle Marcus.
I purposely didn't tell him.
Uncle Marcus is an alpha. I don't know where he is tonight, but he's an alpha, so he would love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might
Yes.
text him, let him know that one of his
I'm gonna do that right now.
one of his club members is on.
You sounded.
So guys, we got a couple of announcements. We got a couple of things that are coming up. I already told you about the Career Readiness Workshop, but the best way to stay in the know, guys, is just make sure that you go over to loveisapparable.com happenings. And that's the only way that you can stay up to date. Follow, subscribe, do whatever needs to be done. But definitely stay connected, stay engaged. So definitely check us out there. Okay? So now we're about to get into the first.
Yo, that laugh though. Oh, it reminds me of the Spice Adams on Instagram.
So it's so funny that Michelle had to admit that I was, extraordinarily handsome. And I know it bothers her, but it's okay. So get ready when I lose this next 50 pounds. One of the things that I wanted to tell you guys is in the topic, so you definitely want to make sure that you check that out as well, is not only is there a Martin Luther King Jr. choir that they have in Holly Springs that started tonight. We couldn't make it, of course, we were there because we're here. But also, guys, the debate happened on Tuesday. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But we also listed the names of the other presidential candidates, just so you get an opportunity to know that this election is bigger than just two parties.
Yep.
And those names are listed. So you definitely want to check them out. So because I'm already talking about the presidential candidates, Tim, one of the topic discussions was, how confident are you after the debate?
In like just the candidates in general, or just like the world?
It didn't really say. It just said, how confident are you?
Well, okay, so I'm gonna take a stab at it. Just
that's kind of a whole
man, like for real, I was pissed at that debate, man. I felt like they let the country down. The people that were on the fence looking to see or hear something that could inspire them, or okay, I'm gonna sway this way or sway that way. It just didn't hit the ball out the park last night before last with the debate, man. So I'm still not as confident as I want to be in the direction the country is going in. I do believe there's one candidate though, that will position us to get back to where we need to be, but he didn't do a awesome job in portraying that at the first debate. I'm hoping that his team makes sure that he can do a better job the next go around. But it was horrible. It was like, God, put it in the mind, a teacher that is an English teacher trying to teach the class, but there are kids in the back that won't shut up. And all she is saying is stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Just calm down. No, not right now. Nope, you can't go to the restroom. No, it's like, ay, 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 I'm about to throw something at you.
Yeah. Oh, I feel it, man.
What do you think, bro?
So aside from a couple clips, some short clips and some medium-sized clips, I did not watch the debate simply because, one, I knew what was about to happen. So, and then two, I've been kind of disillusioned with debates because there's no real, not only is the moderation, in my opinion, lacking.
Oh yeah.
The moderators don't have a lot of power. They're kind of more so just there, but they don't really have any power to really actually moderate. But also, and I was talking to some people about this earlier today, there's no fact checking during the debate.
Mm-hmm.
The fact checking comes afterwards. And and so I was, they were talking about it, I was thinking too, if you can just say what you want during the debate and people don't really say anything until afterwards, it doesn't have the validity of it to me is kind of lessened. So I've watched my fair share of debates, but yeah, to stay on topic, how confident am I after this? My confidence level is the same, which is not a good thing because I just knew what was going to happen. And I know debates as far as presidential candidates to me have not shown me anything aside from whose personality is bigger or who can talk over something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything where it's like, man, they really are on top of their stuff and they just kill it. Most of the time when I watch debates, it's just a bunch of personality clashes and who's got the bigger banana, to put it lightly, because we're on PC or E for Everyone TV.
Oh, for sure. It's a reality show. You know what I mean? Being portrayed by the, the chief of this thing. But, the other, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, it's just the other party has to be able to continue to keep their composure and make sure that that he is hitting the points to help the people that are not confident understand, I'm not just voting for you just because of the circumstances that we have been experiencing over the last several years. I still want to know that you're going to change this thing around.
Right.
So you got to figure out a way, sir, to block out the noise and still hit the points to bring about that level of confidence in the people that's watching you, to know that once you get in the seat, what's the song? He's turning it around for me. Yeah. I think I chopped that up. I butchered that up, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like, he needs to be able to be on point with that if things are going to change in the debates per se.
Well, I took the stance of, like my brother, I didn't actually watch it. I waited and read the transcript. I was actually reading the transcript today. That's what I like to do, so I don't have to hear the voices.
Yeah. Work smarter.
So one of the things that I do agree with you, because we talk a lot about role models and we talk a lot about representation. And I felt like both of them did a poor job at representing this country that all of us claim to love. I think that it saddens me. Well, I know that it saddens me that we have individuals who would rather invest in those who choose to represent self than represent our country. And we also have people who do believe that we only have two options when that's not true. And that's why it's very important that we get everyone to register to vote, but also get them to vote. Because if everyone who didn't vote last year voted for a different party, that party would have won. So the problem isn't who's voting. The problem is who isn't voting. And we need to change the narrative of we only have one or two options. And that's not really true. And I felt that both leaders literally urinated on the integrity of the United States of America by acting as if they are not vying for the highest position in the free world. And I think that's something that we need to consider, because had that been at a lower level, had that been on a job, people would have been terminated after that. Had that been some athlete acting like that, they would have been called certain names and saying, you have to think about it.
Yep.
And it's amazing to me that we have more people who are outraged about WAP than they would be outraged about two potential candidates that may be in the highest position in the free world.
Yeah.
And
well, you know why that is, Jay? Because entertainment serves best. You know, we rather not be educated enough to make sound decisions. We rather be entertained enough to get us through our day.
Right.
You know, so we can have clicks and sound bites and things of that nature, complaining. People love doing that because there's no accountability in that. There's no one being, you know, again, held accountable for their actions, you know, so that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Uncle Marcus said, "Good evening, nephews." Uncle Marcus is your uncle too, Tim.
Yeah. And he's
What up, Uncle Marcus?
He's your fellow alpha too.
He's an alpha.
Please invite me to the cookout next time.
That's funny. It's Sunday. Ricky said, "I could have been stone solid and only talked during my allotted minutes and won the debate. It was a mess."
Yep, it sure was.
Tara said, "There was a huge impact in hearing the truth accidentally slip out about certain things. Stand back and stand by sealed that candidate firmly in no."
Yeah, that was.
I do want to unpack that just a little bit. I'm gonna come back to it though.
Okay.
I think that's great information. Very true. Many think it's only those two clowns. I was leaning towards Joe after the show. He will need to send me 30 cents checks to erase my debt. I think people realize there are more than two parties, but I'm not sure they realize the impact if they actually voted outside of those two parties, in my opinion. Boo. I heard people say so many. We're gonna blur that out and play that. I heard people say so many times, vote for another party is a vote for Trump. Well, that's ignorance to say that.
Really
That's no statistical backing, no statistical references for that. When the ones didn't vote for another party, they didn't vote, period. And it has been proven those who didn't vote at all, had they just voted for someone else, they would have. Actually, voting is going down. That's why we want to get more people to vote, period. Yeah, I actually pulled up the transcript. Y'all know I love transcripts. And one thing that I think a lot of people missed is when it came to that, I just want to pull it up because I still have the transcript. I don't like arguing with people. One of the things that I noticed is the way I pay attention to phrasing. The original quote, the actual quote was said, "Proud Boys, stand back and stand by." But I'll tell you what, somebody got to do something about, is it Antifa? Antifa. And the left. Well, the interesting statement, and I need for you guys to do the research because the question was the condemnation of white supremacists, plural. And he only referenced one group that is known for white supremacy, and that is the Proud Boys organization. The Proud Boys organization is an extremist organization who say that they believe in just going against anti-political correctness and anti-white guilt. And so he only made a comment to that particular group. The Ku Klux Klan and any other white nationalist organization was not referenced. Only one organization was mentioned, and that's alarming, and that's something to think about. So as we give our rhetoric about what we perceived it was, he literally gave directive to one organization, the Proud Boys, and you feel free to Google that on your own. And that's me saying all I'm gonna say about that, because that's a little bit deeper than what you guys may have mentioned. So don't let memes rule that. I think that we should definitely start doing some research. I agree. I'm just saying that what they say. Yep, I agree. I understand. And then he said today, he never heard of the Proud Boys.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to say that.
You had to hear the whole statement out of his mouth, its tone. He chose that name, had to hear him. No, I don't know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is the fact that he only referenced one and gave a directive to one organization, that's a little alarming to me.
Yeah.
Let's get to the next topic. The next topic is, why do Black families refuse to acknowledge childhood trauma and how it affects them as adults? Woo.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yep. Go ahead, yes, brother.
So like, I grew up in an adverse childhood experience. And in my upbringing, like, we didn't talk about certain things that were going on. It was going on around us. You know what I mean? I saw my father hit my mom. We grew up on government assistance. You know, literally, I saw the struggle that my mom had to go through, because she raised 8 kids by herself. I'm the fifth child. Highest level of education was a high school diploma. When you're not taught something, you just carry that experience with you because that's how you've been trained. So until you unlearn what you've learned all your life, that's the only way it can actually change. So for me, I started to, hang around individuals in college that had different experiences where, like, I'll be real with y'all. My first time going to a family reunion was with my roommate. You know what I mean? Like, the first time I went to a family reunion, it's just something that we didn't do. There was something in there that happened with my family to where there just was a huge difference. And we just never really talked about it like that. But it took me seeing it, being exposed to what those conversations were like from other families. It took me to see, like, and be around individuals that were able to mentor me and coach me, to be able to know what I need to do to have those conversations with my family. So now I ask my mom certain questions about the family, and she shares, because she wasn't used to it as well. So I'm just telling you that when you're trained a certain way, you can't expect somebody to do something different. That's all. So once you make the decision to unlearn it, then that's when transformation can happen.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, I mean, when talking about families refusing to, I think there's definitely a lot in there. And I think that, as far as parents go and grandparents and aunts and uncles, there's certain things that they learned, or that were certain things that were survival tactics. And those things come with a heavy price, because they may help you get through it, but then not unpacking that or transitioning to actually thriving or a different mode can have its effects as well. So I think certain families, or not even certain families, I'll just say in the family structure, holding on to that and just bearing through things, aka surviving things, is something that's passed down, kind of like you mentioned before, that's generation to generation. And it's something that is some people don't want to let go of, not because they may not know how, also because the uncomfortability and the pain of unraveling that and putting back those layers for some people it's unbearable. So I think that leads to it.
No, go for it.
I think that leads to the refusal sometimes as well, or the holding on to of those things. And so I think it's just really just comfort with the trauma, and just not really either wanting to or knowing how to switch modes to thriving when we're used to surviving. So I think all that goes into it. But yeah, that's all I got.
What you about to say, Tim?
I was about to say one of the things that helped me, because like you said, brother, with the family that has passed down trauma, or family that doesn't talk about certain things, and we all have them, it's difficult to go to them and ask them certain questions, right? So what I've done is I found the family member that is kind of like, can be the smoother with everybody, right? That can say things that people may not and the family may not feel no kind of way about.
Yeah.
So if you find that family member that you can have that conversation with and see the benefit of us having you guys having a conversation because you're healing in that, then I think that can be a step towards progress for you guys, to having the whole family come together to talk about the issues that have, either plagued the family or held the family back or caused hurt and pain in the family. So I think that's a level of of the healing process. If you can find a family member that's willing to talk, that can understand that having this conversation is a step towards healing. And if they gravitate to it, then they too can, bring another family member in, and then you work it from that angle versus trying to just everybody come together and let's have this family, meeting, and we talk, and now everybody going crazy. You got uncles coming in drunk,
Yeah.
Now all this other stuff coming out, from years ago. No. Make sure they've learned this all their life. So you got to pace that joker out.
Yeah.
And gradually, change happen. I tell people, average to awesome is a gradual process. You can't jump to it.
Yeah, I never really even thought about getting the smooth talk in the family do that. That's a new one. I like that one.
Yeah, and I love how you did that plug too. That was like perfect. That was like so smooth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that I think that a lot of people refuse to acknowledge it because telling your story is essentially telling on somebody else. So if you say I've been through something, or if I had a traumatic childhood, inadvertently you're saying my mom or my dad may have done a poor job of either protecting me or raising me. And so in order to quote unquote protect the image of people we value, we sometimes don't acknowledge. And the reason why we don't acknowledge is because telling our story is a form of acknowledgement. And so we rather not tell our story because we don't know how to separate me being the main character from supporting actors. Meaning it was my story and I have every right to tell my story from my perspective. And a lot of people struggle actually with that. Not only do a lot of people struggle with that, a lot of people struggle to acknowledge it because that means that they have also played a hand in your damage. And so a lot of people don't want to say that. I can give a great example. I spoke with my mom when I was 36 about the effects of when she put me out of the house. We talked about it a little bit when I was in my 20s, but it was more of justifying what she felt was best as a single mother. But at 36, I was able to articulate your best still damaged me. And this is why I'm this way about A, B, C, or D, about certain things. And at 36 was my mom's first time where she literally didn't give an excuse. She just apologized. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because I needed her to understand it wasn't about you doing the best that you could do. It wasn't about whether you were a good or bad mother. It was about an incident that happened in my life that did negatively impact me. And it's still impacting me well into my adulthood.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my story. And I have to tell my story because I'm also a husband. And so my wife needs to know why am I particular about certain things. My kids need to know why I'm particular about certain things. The people that I'm close to needs to know why I'm particular about certain things. And if I don't tell them, they're like, oh, Jay is just difficult to work with, or Jay is blah, 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 blah. I'm potentially damaging people because I can't tell my story because I'm worried about what the reputation of, one, the offender, but two, other people that are not as important as my story. I'm the significant component. Those are just other variables. And a lot of people struggle with acknowledging and separating that.
Beautifully said, man. You actually made me think about a story of my life. I remember being in elementary school and I was putting up the tray and I was walking past these group of girls and they were laughing. And one stood up and said, Tim, your mom, we heard you was on welfare. Your family is on welfare. And everybody around them was laughing. And I just looked at her and I felt like, you know, that walk away of shame. And I was on welfare at the time. And I remember going to my mom later and telling her like, yo, I don't want to be on no check no more. She was upset about it, you know, and I couldn't understand it as a teenager. But to me, I looked at it as, yo, I don't want to be clown. I want to work. Like I want to make my own. Because I remember going to the people and playing stupid. And after that, I walked out and she sat me down and I told her like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. But I also remember going and seeing why I was on the welfare check, because she wouldn't tell me. And they told me they didn't have much in the system, but they told me that I was labeled mentally retarded. And I said, you serious? She was like, yep, they got it in the system. I don't know the doctor that was. It was labeled mentally retarded. And I went back to my mom because like it did something to me, because I was like, yo, like what's going on? Like I've had, you know, my father went in my life, you know, how we were raised. Like now I'm hearing this, like, what's up? And, you know, she came and said that, you know, you had a learning problem, slower learner than others. But I said, Mom, like, but why I had to be on a check though? And she was like, you know, during those times, you know, if the school labeled you as you had a learning disorder or a learning problem, it was easier for her to go to the state and get a check. And because of her having so many kids, it helped her financially. But what she didn't know is that, you know, doing that instant as an elementary school student, like damaged me a little bit. You know what I mean? Because my ego, like embarrassed me. And I'm like, why do we have to go through that? So I had to sit down and explain that to my mom, and she understood it. But like you said, Jay, it's kind of like she thought it was best thing for her to do, not knowing that it was going to be traumatizing for me as well. So, you know, I was able to get through that. But when you said that, instantly I thought about, you know, those experiences that I had as a child.
And the interesting thing is, look how you went from below average to awesome.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, as I'm hearing your story, I'm like a little jealous, because I'm like, Mama, why you didn't go get a welfare check for me? Oh, you know, I had a learning disability. Well, I was classified as having a learning gift as well.
I like the way you termed that.
So, yeah, because the funny thing is I still have that learning gift, and that's the way that I process, and that's the way that the business is ran, and we're seeing success. So those are our gifts, because that means you're not normal, which is good.
Right.
You're not common. And so when they found out what my problem was, they said that it was a comprehension problem. They was labeling it as reading for the longest, and I had a reading disability. But Miss Akusani, every time I give her props, took me from a 5th grade reading level to a 9th grade reading level in 1 year.
Wow.
And so it wasn't that I had a disability. It was more of they wasn't prepared for my awesomeness. And so you didn't have people in your village that knew how to curate and cultivate the awesome gift that you had.
Yeah.
And so your mom may have capitalized off of that gift, but look how you turned that gift into profit.
Come on now.
So I'm just mad, and I will be making a phone call and asking him.
Yeah, because Mama,
get a welfare check.
Mom is my superwoman. You know what I mean? You talking about a lady that took care of 8 kids by herself. You know what I mean? And she did the best she could for what, you know, with what she was given. But you know, I don't think parents, because they're thinking in the now and they're not thinking in the later. You know what I mean? So and the cause and effect kind of thing. But like, you know, she just did the best she could.
But a lot of us are survivalists. If you really think about it, at the end of the day, we focus on surviving and not really living. Like one of the things that our big sister Tara did is she unplugged from social media and reprioritized the things that were important, like spending time with your family and stuff like that. Getting to a place of just living life and enjoying life. And a lot of us don't know how to make that transition to unplug and begin to just enjoy life. We always feel like we have to be connected to something to bring us
Mm-hmm.
life, not realizing that we are the resource.
Mm-hmm.
We are the resource. So we provide life wherever we go and not going to look for life. And so a lot of us struggle with that. And so I would challenge you to just find what you need. So this is a quick question. Are men getting better at discussing their emotions or worse?
Immersions.
Emotions make you cry sometime. What's
Well,
up?
I'll say.
Nina said that wow, that's real.
She's talking about the earth on us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know which one. Welfare cheese was amazing.
I ain't gonna tell you no lie. We ain't, I wasn't tripping when it came.
Thinking that cheese is amazing is a major problem.
What are you talking about? Well, first of all, you don't like cheese, so you can't even appreciate that cheese. It's like it melt, but it don't melt.
It was thick too, boy.
You made me throw up.
That's why you gotta cut it right. You gotta know how to cut based on what you want.
I'm gonna just
see.
Yeah.
As far
you're not normal because you don't like. You're not normal.
I'm good with that.
He got a disability.
I'm good with that.
We all got a disability, right?
He got a taste disability.
I am all
picky about the food. Okay.
I'm all the way good with that. But as far as brothers,
who like macaroni and cheese with no cheese?
Oh no, you can't. No. No. That can't fly. Come on, stop right there, love. Said put a quarter in the meter.
Macaroni and cheese with no cheese.
I mean, I just eat pasta, spaghetti, my damn self.
Oh, see, he done started cussing, y'all. This all started because he started taking selfies in the garage. He started taking selfies in the garage. He feeling himself. Oh, look at this one. Quesadillas, no cheese. And the queso is what makes the dia.
Hey, well, you know what?
Start giving him dias.
You
about to say something.
As long as they're good, I'll take them.
You about to say something.
No, the question is, as far as brothers are they getting better at talking about their emotions? I won't say, I'm not going to, first of all, we don't ever propose to speak for all men, only just ourselves. But so I will say that I don't think brothers are getting, I don't think it's that brothers are getting better about talking about their emotions. I just think that there are more avenues for brothers to talk about their emotions, open up and feel safe and not like they're going to be attacked or like they're going to be, they're going to be, objectified for, or, being called weak or anything like that. So I don't think it's that brothers are getting better about. I think that social media and really just the being open to just talking about mental health and having more avenues to really go and talk to someone or a group of people that's what is making it seem that brothers are getting better about it. But no, I think that brothers have been talking about their emotions for years now. They just either do it in secret or to themselves, or they don't, that's it. But I think it's not, we're getting better at it. There's just more avenues for us to do it. That's my take on it.
You know what? And I think that it's a lot of men that are healthy, that are finding healthy ways to fight back too, meaning fight back the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Like for years, we have been told that men and women are so different, and that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
We do communicate, and it's not that men communicate differently. We all have different communicative styles as individuals, and we allow someone to lump us all together and sell that narrative, and we subscribe to that narrative. Mm. So what you're finding now is that you're finding now that men are great fathers, men are great providers, men are providing emotion, men are being supportive, men are being nurturing and caring. The list goes on and on. Mm-hmm. And so what we have to do is stop subscribing to restrictive narratives that are not true.
Right.
That are not true. Like, it's funny, you hear some people talking about, you just being a man. First of all, shut up. But those things are not really true. And we need to cut that out about men and women are so different. Mm-hmm. We were created to complement each other, and that's just what it is. Right. So nothing can complement each other if it's a contrast. Mm-hmm. So stop subscribing to contrasting ideologies. That is horrible. Look, let me see what they say. Oh yeah, you a photo boothing.
Okay, so the reason
no, it ain't no reason.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
You flexed on him and you call it a day.
And then my brother came into production with the extra flex.
Well, they know I do it. They didn't know you did it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Tim. You will become one too. We started a selfie brigade. You'll be a part of it. Adrian is saying, I feel like men are getting better. I think of my husband doing his own personal work to be better.
Sexy.
Hey, shout out to the bro Keon, man. That's my man. That's my man. Shout out to the bro Keon. But no, Adrian, honestly.
Speaking of which, I can't wait to announce our big thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got some stuff curating, bro.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
But oh yeah, before I go back on the second round, Tim, what's your take on it, bro?
I think men are getting better at it. Here's the thing, y'all guys. It's always been there. It's just that I'm glad we have social media to highlight it. That's
Right.
what it is. You know what I mean? There are men out there that are taking care of their kids
Mm-hmm.
on their job, fighting back, the narrative. But now we have a light shined on it now with social media, and because of it, we have individuals that are being advocates for, and again, shining that light on it so the world can be able to see it. So the narrative can be changed. So I believe that it was always there. It's just that now there's a mechanism to kind of like show that it's there. Because if we know media run the world, y'all, and if we don't have something that fights against that, it's going to always be, well, he's just being a man, or men don't take care of their kids. And we know that that's not true. I see men all the time willing to talk, man. Even myself, when I think about it, like I remember one time, I was in college, I had a girlfriend, and like we stopped talking because my communication and how I expressed myself was off. Like I didn't do well with that. Going back to my upbringing, like we don't talk like that. And I told myself in that moment, I said, man, like I'm gonna try my best to do a better job of being more honest, transparent, and communicate my feelings. Now, let me tell you the flip side of that is if you're not used to it, being vulnerable, it causes a level of uneasiness about a man. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like, yo, like, oh my God, how are they going to take it? You know what I mean? Are they going to take care of my vulnerability? So it becomes, a fear, scared a lot to do it. But I found myself going against the grain and sharing my feelings and being open and being transparent and communicating where I stand, and whether they like it or not, it's giving me peace. So as a man, to know that, hey, I put myself in a position to where I'm not holding back, and it has helped my mental health. So I think, to answer the question, men are getting better at doing it. My friends are getting better at doing it. It's just now that the social media is here, is shining a light on it, which I love, that is doing that. So we just changed the narrative, yo.
Well, I struggle with that only because there's scientific proof that says the counter. And it was just something that became commercialized, especially around 92, 95. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. His brain, her brain type ideologies. All of those things came out, but no one really talked about the full research in the full scope. And communication is not just one way. There's preferred communication.
Right.
And people communicate differently. Communication happens multidimensionally. And you may be a person that is looking for one to communicate verbally, where one may be communicating emotionally. One may be transferring ideas and thoughts. And we think, well, the only way that can happen is through words. No, that's language. Language is what is spoken or written. Whereas communication happens in so many different ways. And we just have a preference of how we prefer to communicate. And so when we feel like someone can't communicate the way that I prefer for them to do it, they'll say, oh, they're an ineffective communicator. And that's not necessarily true. And we have a lot of people that have been in prison thinking that they were ineffective communicators until they found people that complement the way that they communicate.
Yeah. That's it. Complimenting. That's it. That's it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway.
So it's a lot of fighting that we subscribe to that's not necessarily true. But for some strange reason, we have we have this affinity for adversity.
Oh yeah.
We tend to cling to things that make us different. And, you know, sometimes when you get a little bit more knowledge, both of you grow together.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my wife got the same master's degree, worked in the same profession for several years. So we can do our job effectively because we both excelled at what we do. But guess what? We both have different ways that we prefer to communicate. That doesn't mean she's an ineffective communicator, nor does that mean that I am one.
Right.
She has a way that she likes to. I have a way that I do. And it's funny because we always talk about, we talk about stereotypes. She would be more stereotype masculine leaning because she likes to process. Mm-hmm. She doesn't say too much. And if she say enough, it's like, I'm done. That's it. I'm going to say what I had to say. And I'm like, nope, we're going to talk about this. Let's unpack. So everyone has a different one. Rashia said, I really think back in the day, expressing emotions was considered to be a womanly thing. Oh, I ain't heard that in a long time. I like womanly. Womanly thing. However, I do believe, I like to say however, I do believe that we have elevated since then, elevated, and rewritten the narrative that men too can express their feelings and emotions. Well, I feel like she preached that.
Come on now.
What's going on?
What's up, DJ, bro?
Go ahead.
What's up, DJ?
He came in with a fly profile picture and everything. I'm like, do I know?
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Well, and that's the thing, because Tim, you said it too. You said that social media has been highlighted, and that's why I say that it's been around because brothers have always expressed themselves, like Jay said, in communicating in different ways. But also, there have been avenues where brothers felt safe to express themselves. There have been brothers getting together to play cards and drink, or to just agree with other men. There have been brothers who have had that one friend who like, man, I got to talk to you, man. Or they take walks and talk to themselves. Or there might be a lady that they talk to. They might talk to their mom. They might talk to their uncle, their grandfather. But men have always expressed themselves, and if we're going to talk about language, brothers have always expressed themselves verbally in areas where they felt safe. Now, social media, I said, has opened up avenues, and now because of that, but social media and other avenues have since opened up in the past, 10, 20 years. And so because of social media, internet, you see it more. But just because you see something more does not mean it's happening more. It could be happening at the same rate or less. But just because you see it more does not mean it's like police brutality. I don't want to get too dark, but that's an example that popped in my head. Just because we see police brutality more on the internet stuff like that does not mean it's happening more. Right. It's probably happening at the same rate. It's just you see it more. And so to say that men are getting better at expressing their emotions, I think is, like I said, I can't necessarily agree with that because just because you see it more does not mean we're getting better at it. Men have always been good at talking.
Yeah.
You know, we've always been good at talking. It's just that place where we feel safe and safely we feel that we will be acknowledged and we will be, what's the word I'm looking for? We are able to be
receptive.
We're able to be in a safe place, and we feel like we're going to be heard, you know, and not just listened to, but heard. I mean, you're going to understand what I'm saying, and not just hear me for the sake of letting me talk.
Yeah, and actually saying that too, you made me just think about that's a lot of the leaders. We're saying a lot of the pioneers struggle with communication when they led nations. Mm-hmm. So we definitely got to be mindful of what we're subscribing to. Just like people say, oh, do you think that Black men are becoming better fathers? No, it has been statistically proven for at least the last 15 years that Black men spend more time with their children than any ethnicity group. Yeah. Mm. And so it's just things that we subscribe to. See, perception is reality, but it's not actuality.
Right.
And so we got to make sure that we're getting to a point where we know what we're subscribing to, because we could be part of the divisiveness nature that we're trying to combat at the same time. But Tim, you was about to say something?
Oh man, no, I lost my train of thought, brother. It'll come back to me.
Okay. Well, it's Positive Brother shout out. So look, this is an opportunity where you get to recognize some brothers that are doing positive things, great things, but normally don't get recognized because they're doing a lot of the work, you know? So some positive brothers you want to shout out?
Man, I want to shout out Brandon Gibson. I want to shout out Devon Smith. I want to shout out Terrence Tucker. I want to shout out you, Dwayne, and fam. I want to shout out John Bowers, my brother. Oh man, so many people that, you know, coming in my mind right now. Shoot, man. You know, it's crazy. It's always crazy because when they don't ask you the question or they don't ask you what song it is, you can always think of the song. But as soon as they say, yo, give me a song, you'd be like, bruh, like, it's crazy. Alvin Gibson doing a phenomenal job as a father. Calvin, bro, like, I want to shout myself out, you know. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Shout myself out. You feel me? Let's not forget about me. You know? Straight up, man.
Yes, he did. That was Ian Parks, the first one.
You went down to history. You the second person to shout your own self out.
Yeah.
I did that before.
You know, so yeah, those brothers are doing phenomenal. They're doing their thing, man, in their own respective places, like for real. So I gotta show them love. Yeah. Patrick Patterson, gee whiz, Michael Finkley, just on his show.
I was on his show too.
You was?
Yep.
Yeah, I like Mike. Oh my God. All right, I'm done.
Treat yourself, Tim. Treat yourself.
Come on, Rick. Show some love, baby. Treat myself. I like seafood too. If anybody good in the kitchen.
Oh shoot! You see me, bro?
He about to move up there to the RDU, y'all. That's all you got? You done?
Man, can it be? Nah, I'm not gonna say that. Mike Nelson, Jonathan Jones. I want to shout my coach out, Jeremy Anderson. My previous coach, Kendall Fink. These guys are amazing. So yeah, I'm done.
Like in Baku. Are you done?
Oh, I just saw that movie like 2 nights ago, yo. Like,
hey, rest in peace to our brother Chadwick Boseman, man.
Oh man.
Rest in peace to the
Who's a South Carolina native?
Yeah.
South Carolina native, yeah.
I
saw a meme. I saved it to my phone. It said, if no excuse was a person.
Oh, do you know this though? Majority of the black superheroes all came from South Carolina.
That's a fun fact. I did not know that one.
Eartha Kitt was Catwoman. Michael Cole, he was Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Chadwick was Black Panther.
Right.
And then I'm gonna show you a bonus. She wasn't a superhero, but she was in a superhero film. Viola Davis.
Bro, yeah.
Can't get about Viola.
Her and Luke Cage are from the same hometown. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Little random Black history fact.
Yeah. Something like.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to shout your people out, bro?
Yeah, man. So first off, definitely shout out you, Tim, for coming on. Definitely appreciate you, brother, for coming on. This has been amazing. I usually shout out my brother Jay first, but I'll switch it up this time. Shout out my brother Jay second. It's like one I love the number. So my brother Jay second. So shout out my brother Jay because we're here doing this thing every week, and there hasn't really been a dull moment yet.
Nope.
We going on 2 years. So
nope.
There hasn't, and I mean from starts to now, never ever been a dull moment ever. So I definitely got to shout out brother for that because that's an atmosphere that we didn't sit down and think about how to create that. We just started, and it's been like that from the jump. So shout out to my brother for real because I love him. We up here just making it rock, making it work every week. Also shout out to the brothers that are on the live. You know, Ricky, DJ, Deshaun. You know, all those brothers, Uncle Marcus. Shout out to brothers that are going to see this later on. My man Keon, who Adrian referenced. You know what I mean? Kerwin, Superman, because he's usually on, but he's probably freedom fighting right now. You know, so.
I think we had a meeting today.
Okay. Yeah. Ian Parks, shout out to all those guys as well. And in the theme of the last topic, I want to shout out the brothers that are talking about talking about their emotions and things of that nature and their vulnerabilities out in the open, and paving the way for in public, paving the way for, you know, other brothers to come out and do it, and showing people that brothers have been doing it. It's nothing new. They just had to feel safe, you know. So shout out to those brothers. But also shout out Bishop the barber, because
Bishop the barber.
He made history.
JB Bishop, whatever you want to call him.
He made history.
Whatever you want to call him.
He made history. He made history.
So he hit, hey, that brother right there is talented with them blades. And so he hit me up with he did my lineup this past week, and I put my frames on and did my first ever garage selfie and my first ever selfie with my glasses on, and have my page on fire. So shout out to the brother JB.
Yeah, he made history because it's the first time we both went to the same barber.
Yeah.
Since y'all talking about barbers, can I shout out mine?
No. This is my time. This is my time, sir. But yeah, he made history.
This debate. This is my time.
Yeah, we went to the same barber this week. And so I had to do a selfie because, you know, garage selfies are in now. You heard it here first. You got to go to your garage, do a selfie. If you ain't got a garage, go to a parking lot. They got a garage, do your selfie, because that's what's in. But yeah, JB was the first time we went to the same barber, same week, and he dropped a song on our show.
Yep.
He was the first artist to drop a whole song, Make It Shake, and it's a banger. Bro, you got to go listen to it, because it just goes like yin yang. Yeah. He do a whisper in there.
He put the script, no pun
All
intended.
right, okay. Go listen to it. Make It Shake on YouTube.
Shout out to all my brothers. Of course, you, man. This would not be had it not been for you by my side. I thank you for being there. I thank you for being a leader with Love is a Parable. I thank you for being a board member. I thank you for every single thing that you are doing.
There you go. There's Devontae or Keon.
Don't worry, you coming too, bro. It's only a matter of time.
We're gonna all shades and they drink that.
They say I got to squint, but it's because I'm fat and my eyes just smushed together.
Oh, Lord.
But all of my brothers, Daryl, Rodney, Vincent, Tramel, Mike, Cordell, Junior, Brian, Jacob, I love you all. I thank y'all guys for constantly pushing me. And our collaborator, Ian and Kerwin, thank you for doing it. We got some brothers that are coming strong that are really helping. Ricky, man, we're going to be working together. He's doing a lot of things. Bro, when you come up here, you're going to meet all of these people and you will not want to go back. Because Ricky makes his own drinks.
Fermentation specialist.
Fantastic fermentations. Yeah. So you won't want to go back. I'm just telling you, you will be like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is Oasis.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I told you yesterday that I was considering coming up there, man. So I'm going to let you know ahead of time.
You got a room, so just let us know.
Yeah. Kerwin and Devontae are our resident fitness specialists, AKA they're always attacking their shirts. You know.
Yeah. Like, Devontae Swain, he made me lose weight. He told me, you get your fat self on that treadmill and lift these weights at the same time. And then he put me on a regimen. I died in his presence. He resurrected me and told me not to die. I lost some weight too. I'm still losing weight because I'm scared to go back to him, because if I go back fat, he'll put me back in the boot camp.
He said he died and he resurrected him and told him go back to it.
Right, he said get back to work.
Yeah.
And I did too, and so I got to keep losing weight or he going to make me go back to boot camp. See, he said, come on, Tim. Yeah. A house is coming open by Ricky anyway, and he literally need a neighbor.
Okay.
We done have fun. Tim, thank you so much for being on the show. Man. We can't wait to have you back, bro. We really enjoyed it. All of his information is in the ticker, so definitely if you want to reach out to him, please do. But guys, like we tell you guys every single week, if you feel that nobody else in this world loves you, nobody else in this world care about you, you just met 3 people that truly do. Reach out to us, connect with us, engage with us. We're here for you. Follow us at loveisaparable.com. Tell a friend, tell a brother, tell a cousin. We love y'all. Tim, stay on. Good night, everybody.
See y'all next week.